morning. I'm here this morning to tell you a little bit about my life. My name is Delmer Clark, and I'd like to tell you how I fell in love with Jesus as a young boy. I was raised in a home that was very dysfunctional, uh, very abusive. My parents fought each other like cats and dogs. Uh, my parents was very abusive toward us children, but they also uh, was faithful to carry us to church. And but on the way to church, it was very hectic. They would fight and cuss and carry on and punch each other as they was driving. But when we got to church, it was a total difference. We were told that was at church and it was the Lord's Day, and they'd act like perfect angels until we got in a car headed home. And then it went right back to the way it was before. So I seen both sides there as a child, and I knew that I did not want to live that way. That when I got older, I was going to change my life. And so as I found Jesus and become in love with him, as a young man, he always came to me in dreams, and so I always fell in love with him and trusted him to do things for me, and he never failed me. He protected me several times in situations, but as a young man, at 13 years old, 13 and a half, I was kind of forced to leave home to stay alive. And so I got in the ditch on the way out and gave my heart to the Lord again, and asked the Lord to protect me and watch over me. And I made promises to the Lord that I would not steal or rob or drink or smoke, and I would try to be the best young man I could be at the time. So later in life, I met my wife. I felt the Lord brought her to me because I had been asking him to meet a woman who could love me and I could love, and have kids that I could cherish and show them love that I didn't have as a child. And the Lord never failed me. He brought me a beautiful woman, and we've been married 45 years and still happily married and love each other greatly. And but in life, we always look on things that maybe we shouldn't look on. And I had some difficulty, and I left, my eyes dropped from the Lord, and I left the church and went out into the world, and kind of broke my promise to the Lord, did things that I shouldn't have done. I never did smoke, but I drank and played music in bars, and kind of got a filthy mouth, and just living a sinful life. And later in years, I got sick and had to have stents put in my heart. And as the Lord revealed himself to me one night, that if I didn't come back, I was going to be lost. So I told the wife I was looking for a church to go back to. But more than that, I found members and people in the church that really, I felt they cared for me. They showed me love when I came through the door, and I was looking for that. And I could feel the Holy Spirit when I walked through the door. And so I gave my heart back to the Lord and was rebaptized in April of this year. And I'm doing in the ministry, going out and going to be giving Bible studies. And I just look forward to serving the Lord for the rest of my life. And I'm not going nowhere. And I'm going to keep my eyes on the Lord instead of on people, no matter what. We're all sinners. But I started looking when I was young at people instead of the Lord. and that will never happen again. I guarantee you. And the Lord is coming soon. I really feel that we're living in the end times, and I just want to be ready. And I'm trying to get people ready. Is my prayer now is that I can go out and share my faith, my stories that I have, that how my life went. And so I just love the Lord, and I just want to thank you for taking this testimony.